Hi guys, and welcome not to the Essen studio but to my house. So as many of you know, or many of you should be, most of us are on lockdown at the moment due to the COVID-19 virus, which is spreading around the entire world really fast, and a lot of governments around the world have actually put most of the countries in lockdown. Exactly the same as it's happened here in Gibraltar. We're fully in lockdown, and we have been in lockdown since Tuesday midnight. So the government announced this on the Monday. So what the SN team was, we went up to the studio and we brought as much as possible down to my house to at least have something to actually record some content for you guys at home. The only problem is that there can only be one person in my house at the moment. No one can come into my house. So doing bar reports is a massive problem for us at the moment. But don't worry, those SN Plus subscribers, so those people that do subscribe for SN Plus for more content, don't worry, we still have a couple of bar reports which were recorded last week and are already edited and will be slowly coming out. I think the next one will be out this Friday, and it's a really cool bar report where the Chaos Knights face off my Tyranids list. Now, so what's happened? Well, basically I have been calling the team. Obviously we have been video calling each other, trying to get ideas of what we can do, and I do have a lot of ideas that I have wanted to do, but I just haven't had the time. I'm a really busy guy. I do a lot of sports. I do MMA, I teach, I also have my job, my day-to-day job, so I've just been really busy. So this is a time where I can actually put most of my ideas into play and actually record some other stuff apart from our reports. So I've been in lockdown now for a couple of days and I've been going really crazy. I've tried to actually get my girlfriend to play some Warhammer, but that's gone really badly. I've constantly been asking her for the first couple of days, and it's been no until the last couple of times I've actually asked. She's actually said no before I actually started even to asking the question. But then I got the bright idea that I do live with 3 little dogs and they might be able to help. So here's what happened.
Do you want to play some Warhammer? You want to play some Warhammer? I guess that's a no. Hey, do you want to play Warhammer? Do you want to play Warhammer? I guess that's a no. Do you want to play? Can you roll dice? Lucy, can you roll some dice? Okay, just ignore me.
And as you can see, that didn't work out very well. So I scratched my head a bit more, and then I came down to the conclusion of doing this, what you will be seeing here today. So there's only one person, and only one person can actually play Warhammer at the time here in my house. So what I did is I've brought the World Eaters here. I've actually brought 25 Berserkers. Berserkers do what they do. They just run towards you and chain axe you and then shoot their pistols, because these are equipped with pistols. So it's very easy to actually use, because obviously I will be moving towards the closest model at the time. Now, as you've been seeing on our social media, if you're not on our social media, not on our Instagram or our Facebook, what are you doing? Go now, pause this video, go ahead and actually follow us there. You've been seeing that we have been doing a character series to represent each of our 6 members, including myself. And Farius, as you can see here, that's his Instagram name, has been doing an amazing job. You can just go and click his work. It's absolutely extraordinary. His green stuff's making and modeling and sculpting is on another level to anything I've actually seen. And he's been sculpting these characters for us and actually painting them for us, and finally we have all 6 now here at the studio. So I thought, look, what better way to actually have them than doing an arena type of battle report, where each of them gets a warlord trait, gets a relic, and fights off against the 25 Berserkers. So I've been scratching my head of how this will actually work and what's the best way for this to work. So I've divided the 25 Berserkers into 5 units of 5, scattered evenly in different distances. You'll see that as the first character goes into the arena. And it's actually really cool, and will hopefully have a really good battle report for you guys to enjoy whilst you isolate at home. So guys, without further ado, let's go straight into the characters. Hope you enjoy this. Catch you back now. So I've put on my glasses just to actually read some of the relics and of the warlord traits just in front of me, just to make sure I get everything right. So first into the battlefield is Primaris Ancient Julian. So he will be going into the fray first, and he is equipped with a relic from the Crimson Fists book supplement, and he's carrying the Duty's Burden. So it's a strength 5 minus, let me just check, -2 damage to weapon, rapid fire 2. So if he stays still, you will be shooting 4 times, which is a very, very good gun, especially against berserkers and stuff. Long range, 36-inch range, so it's a really good weapon to actually have, especially as the units will be scattered around, as you will see. And his warlord trait is Fear Made Manifest. So what actually that does is it gives every enemy unit within 6 inches of him a -1 to their leadership. So it's really good, especially there's something I want to mention, there's no champions in any of the berserker units, meaning that their leadership is 7. So if I cut or kill or shoot or stab or whatever a couple of them and remove them from play, the leadership will be dropping. Including this -1, I think it will act really well. So without further ado, let's get on with this and let's see what Julian does on the battlefield. Catch you back now. Here we go, Primaris Ancient Julian on the table, deployed and ready for battle. As you can see, we have the 5 units of berserkers scattered across the field with the character just in a central position. I have marked all these positions exactly with an objective, just to make sure that all the units and the character are deployed exactly the same in every battle scene. So I have deployed this berserker unit just 12 inches away. 2 other berserker units are deployed 18 inches away, and then 2 are deployed 24 inches away, just to make sure that not all of them get into combat straight away, and it actually takes a couple of turns for all of them to be in combat. Now we can actually start this off. Obviously we would go straight into the movement phase. For me, obviously I'm going to start it off, and I will not be moving because I do want to get in this, I do want to stay and shoot as much as possible. So yeah, that's the movement over. We'll catch you back for the shooting phase coming up next. Okay, here we go. Can Julian bring some berserkers down in his first phase of shooting? So hitting on 3s, that's 2 misses, but he does generate an extra hit because he is a Crimson Fist and it is a bolt weapon. Now the strength of the Duty's Burden is actually it is actually 5 actually, so he is wounding on 3s. Only 1 wound there, -2 on this. So remember, he is shooting at this unit. -2, so that's a 5-up save from the berserker. No, that's 1 already slain here, so that isn't bad at all. And now he will not be charging, there will be any assault phase, so on to turn 1 for the berserkers we go. Catch you back now. Okay, so here we go, movement phase. These guys aren't going to be advancing because I just want them to move the normal 6 inches, so they will be moving just the 6 inches up on here. So there we go. And then I will be advancing with every single unit apart from that one. So these guys will be advancing a total of 6. That's very good. These guys here will be advancing a total of 6 as well. Not looking good for you, Julian. This side we've got a 3-inch on here, and then these guys here I am advancing because they do need a 12-inch charge. If they don't, no, they actually are out of range. Actually, they need more than 12 for this turn at least. So that's their advances. I will move them off now off camera, and I'll catch you back for the shooting phase. Okay, that's the movement over for the word bearers. What am I talking about? Been too many days in isolation. So the World Eaters movement over. Again, all these units have advanced. They're now really close, but actually can't charge, except for this unit here, who can actually shoot and charge this turn. So let's go on to the pistols now. So hitting on 3s, that's all hits, very good there. And now wounding on 4s. Wow, that's 4 wounds straight away. Okay, so he does have a 3. Julian has a 3-up armor, so let's see how many wounds go through. Ouch, 2 wounds already onto Julian now. Okay, so he has gone down now to 3 wounds only remaining. And now for the all-important charge phase, Julian will overwatch. Just get one more dice here. So looking for 6s here. No 6s, that's not good. And onto the charge. They do need a 6-inch. So hopefully this misses and he gets Julian to actually... Oh, it does miss. They do need a 6. And they failed the charge. Luckily for Julian there, no one's in combat this turn. So on to turn 2 we go. Catch you back now. Okay, here we go again. Julian not moving because he is quite close to this unit here. So we'll probably charge into them next. And if he doesn't move or is in half range of his duties burning 30-inch, is it 30-inch? No, it's actually 36-inch range. It means he does shoot double rapid fire too. So again, 4 shots coming in hot. What he's going to do is he's going to fire into these guys here. Okay, so looking for 3s and wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds minus 2 again, so 5 ups on these berserkers, and both are passed. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, so straight away we can go on to the charge phase for him. So he will be charging into the closest unit, which are those guys. So 5 shots coming in from the bolt pistols, hitting on 3s. Okay, only 2 go through, and wounding on 4s. 2 go through. Let's see how this goes. Okay, both saved there. So that is the end of Julian's turn. And now we go on to the charge phase. So I think I probably need a 3 to go in there. And that's in with a 4. So Julian goes into combat. Let's see how this plans out. We'll catch you back for the fight phase. Okay, here we go. Fight phase. Can Julian bring down some of those berserkers before they actually cut him up into little pieces? Okay, so he does have 4 attacks plus 1 for shock assault. So hitting on 2s, he does have a ballistic weapon skill of 2+. So that's all hits. That's a good start. And then strength 4 onto toughness 4 the berserkers have. That's 3 wounds, not bad. No minus, sadly. So let's see how this performs. 3 ups. That's 1 berserker dead, which I'm going to remove out there. And then now comes so many attacks, so we'll count some dice and we'll catch you back now. Okay, only 3 attacks each, because they do have 2 attacks each. They don't have an extra close combat weapon. They've just got the bolt pistols instead of the chain swords. So they do have 3 attacks, 2 standard, 1 for hateful assault, and they don't get the +1 for world eaters because they haven't actually charged this turn. So hitting on 3s, no 6s, so no death to the false emperor. So I'll just remove these 2 here, and now they are strength 6 because they are strength 5, and then +1 for the chain axe. So hit wounding on 3s. Okay, so all these wounds at -1 here for Julian. So 4 ups. That's a very good roll. Well done, Julian. So only 1 wound removed there, taking him to 2 wounds remaining. And now they actually attack for the 2nd time. Or do they? No, they don't, because they actually haven't been assaulted. So that's the end. No, yes, they do. What am I talking about? Julian's already attacked. So hitting again on 3s. Okay, drops a couple, but he does generate 2 more. So hitting on 3s, that's a couple more. And now wounding on 3s. Okay, that's a lot of wounds again. So 4 ups. Wow, he actually passes them all. Crazy. Cool, good to see. So he does survive this turn, but onto the World Eater's turn we go. Let's see how that goes. Catch you back now. Okay, movement over for the World Eaters, and as you can see, they're all just running towards Julian and are going to make sure that he does die this turn. Yeah, so something I missed out last time was Julian's warlord trait is actually called Fear Made Manifest. I just remembered again. So it gives -1 to leadership to all units around. So they did lose one. There's no champion in them, remember, as we explained in the beginning, meaning that they do have leadership 7 only, -1 for one of them falling in the shooting phase. So taking it down to 6, then his warlord trait gets -1. So on the roll of a 6, another one is slain. And yeah, look, that's a 6. That means that another one is slain, taking the total of 3. Not bad, Julian, not bad at all. So now we can actually go on to the shooting phase. He's in combat, so only 3 pistols can shoot in the shooting phase. So let's do this. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. 1 wound, no minus on these, so 3 up for Julian. And that's a pass. Onto the charge phase we go. Let's not cut off here, let's just go straight onto that. So they are in with a 8, these guys are in with a 4, and then these guys are in, I'll have to check that. I'll just have to check that. And these guys can't charge because I did advance with them and they did get a 3 on the advance. So I'll move them all into combat and I'll catch you back for the fight phase. Okay, this time I will be starting with one of the chargers from the 5-man unit. They do actually have 4 attack siege, so 2 base, 1 for hatred assault and 1 for World Eaters, because they did charge this turn. So hitting on 3s, take all the misses out. And then I will roll 3 extra for Death to the Force Emperor. That's a couple of extra hits. 3s to wound. And that's a lot of wounds. And this is just the first time they're attacking. And this is just 1 unit. So Julian on 2 wounds, 4 ups. And that's him defeated. 3 kills for Julian. We go on to the next one. See you now. So now next arriving on the battlefield is Captain Gravis Nick. So I wanted to make this model as beastly as possible, as tough as possible. He is already tough, height in toughness. He is already toughness 5. He has 7 wounds already. So I wanted to make him as tough as I could. So I have given him the Burning Blade, which is a very good relic, especially against things with an armor value of 3+, because it is -4, so he will be going straight through these guys whenever he actually wounds. So that's his relic. And now for his warlord trait, I have given him Iron Resolve, so one from the Space Marine Codex, a warlord trait from the Space Marine Codex. And basically what that does, it takes him to 8 wounds with a 6+ Feel No Pain as well on here. Feel No Pain, so ignoring wounds on 6s. So it makes this model very, very good against Berserkers and very resilient against Berserkers. So without further ado, let's see how Nick does. And here we go. Captain Nick now deployed on the table and ready for battle. Same as before, all 5 units in the same positions, marked with objectives, and obviously the character Captain Nick just there in the middle, as previously seen with Ancient Julian. Okay, so we're gonna go straight onto movement says. As I've already stated, the characters will always go first, just to get a bit of upper hand. So Gravis armor only moves 5 inches, so he will be moving his 5 inches there. And then he will be firing his 3 shots from his Ballstorm Gauntlets. These are strength 4 and no AP on these. So let's get to it. So hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and that's 2 extra shots. Well done, Nick. Good start there. Okay, so wounding on 4s. That's 3 wounds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So 3 up saves from these Berserkers. They all pass. Okay, so charge phase now. We do need an 8 because they were more than 12 inches away. He has moved 5, meaning that he does need an 8 to get within the inch. I think I'm saying it right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would be 7. So yeah, he does need an 8 actually. So Overwatch first from the ball pistols. Looking for 6s, no 6s there. And then can he get all important 8 on this charge? We will see. Yes, he does. Double 4 there. Perfect start for Nick. Into the fight phase we go. Catch you back now. Okay, so here we go. Fighting first. Nick, the captain. 5 attacks. +1 for shock assault. Let's see what he can do. So hitting on 2s here. Rerolling 1s. Okay, so 1 miss there, and then now he does have strength 4, and he pluses 3 for the burning blade, so takes him up to 7. Still not good enough for 2s, but he does wound on 3s. Okay, 3 dropped there. What a pity, because it is -5, meaning that he has already slain 2. Let's take these 2 out the way. So yeah, he has slain 2 kills for now. We'll catch you back for the Berserkers attacking back now. Okay, Berserkers attacking back. 3 attacks each because they did get charged, so they do get what's it called? Is it shock assault, heretic assault? I think it is. I don't know. The extra attack for being assaulted or charged, but they don't get the extra attack for being world eaters because they didn't charge. So hitting on 3s. So a couple dropped here, but they do get 2 to death to the False Emperor, so I'll reroll those 2. They still miss. And now strength is 6, my toughness is 5, so still needing 3s here to wound. Okay, so 3 wounds. I will do these. These are -1. He does have a 3-up save, so -1 4s. Okay, 2 go through, and he does ignore them on 6s because of his water traits. Only 1 goes through, so that drops now to 7 wounds remaining. Just put the 1 here so I don't get confused. And now all these guys attack again. So here we go. Hitting on 3s. 3 death to the False Empress. We'll reroll these again. That's nearly a full house. And now 3s to wound. That's a very good roll. Strength 6, remember. Okay, so looking for 3s to wound. Okay, so all these wounds go through. -1, meaning he does have a 4-up save, I believe. Yeah, 4-up save. Okay, so he does pass them all except 1. He does ignore it on a 6. No, so that's another wound down to 6 now. And that is the turn 1 for Captain Nick over. We'll catch you back after movements for the World Eaters. See you now. Okay, here we're back, and a lot of advancing from all the eunuchs. So I did advance with these guys. They got a 1, they got a 3, they got a 5, and they got a 5 as well. No, I think they got a 4 as well. So all 4 units have advanced because they do want to get nearer to the enemy. And obviously, if they would have just moved, it meant that they really wouldn't have had a realistic charge because they should have been more than 12 inches away. So back to these guys now we go. It is the shooting phase, so I will do the 3 ball pistols from the Berserkers into Nick. So hitting on 3s and wounding on 5s because he is toughness 5. No wounds there. So straight onto the fight phase we go. Berserkers attacking first. So yeah, so 3 attacks each, 2 for standard, and no, is it 2 attacks each now? Yeah, it's actually 2 attacks each now. Only 2 attacks each. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, it's only 2 attacks each. Yeah, no assault, no charging, and no +1 for heretic assaults. Okay, so they do hit on 3s. That's a very bad roll. No extra hits there. And then they are wounding on 3s because they are strength 6. No wounds there. Wow, and now I do attack back before they actually attack again. So again, 5 attacks here. I don't get the extra one. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s. And wounding on 3s. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 dead berserkers. There isn't enough, but that means that these 3 die because there is a minus 5 or minus 5 on the burning blade damage too, but that's not needed because they are so 1 wound apiece. That means that 5 slain. That's Nick in the lead by now. That's already Nick in the lead. I can consolidate 3 inches, and I will consolidate towards the closest, which is these guys. No, actually, I'm actually going to stay put. Yeah, I'm actually going to stay put. So yeah, on to next movement phase we go. Turn 2 coming up next. Okay, turn 2. He has moved up his full 5 inches and is now within 8 inches, meaning he does need a 7-inch charge into these berserkers here. He will be firing first. It is only 12 inches range, so he can't actually shoot at any of the other 3. So he will be shooting into these guys. Now, hitting on 2s, and that's 2 extra hits. Thank you very much, Imperial Fist, Crimson Fist, Chapter Tactic. And they do wound on 4s. That's 3 wounds. That's good. 3+ saves from the berserkers. That's 2 slain berserkers already. Wow, taking it up to 7 killed berserkers already. Wow. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to put this one back. That's the end of the shooting phase. We can do the charge phase here on camera before we prepare some dice. So yeah, I do need a 7. Some Overwatch coming in from the berserkers first. Okay, that's no hits because they do need 6s. And then the almighty. I did do an 8-inch charge. Can he do a 7? Or is Nick tired already? No, he actually can't do it. That's a big shame. And that's the end of his turn. Onto the World Eaters turn 2 we go. See you back now. Okay, movement over for the World Eaters turn 2, and these 2 units have advanced, and they have advanced quite well. I did roll a 6 for these guys and a 5 for them. They obviously have just moved, and they have obviously just moved. They now need a 9-inch charge, which isn't a bad charge, and obviously these 2 cannot charge after advancing. Hopefully we will see something in the near future when their Primarch comes, maybe to allow them to advance and charge if they're within a certain range. That would be something very cool to see with the World Eaters. Okay, so let's start some shooting. So we do have a couple of pistols from this side and a couple of pistols from them. So I'll do them all together just for it to be quicker. Okay, so hitting on 3s. That's not bad. Now wounding on 5s because of the high toughness of Nick. And that's 2 go through. He does have a 3-up save. And both of them are saved. So we can go straight onto the charge. I will Overwatch with my... do I throw a grenade? No, I'll do Overwatch with my normal Ballstorm Gauntlet. No wounds there. No hits, sorry. And so charge range from these 2. They're in, just about. So it would be really good for Nick to actually have just 3 of them in combat and not an extra 5 in. So they do need a 9-inch charge. Are the Blood Gods with them? 5, 6, 7. Sadly, they are not. That's really good for Nick. So we'll catch you back for the fight phase. Coming up next. Okay, can Nick survive these 3 berserkers in combat? Would be awesome to actually take 3 more down, but let's see, because there's a lot of attacks coming in. 4 attacks from every berserker now, because they do get the Hateful Assault. I have been saying Heretic Assault, but it's Hateful Assault. Sorry for that, guys. Okay, so 4 attacks each. Again, 2 standard, 1 for Hateful Assault, and 1 for the World Eaters charge trait. Now, hitting on 3s. Okay, this is there. That's another miss. That's a middle miss. And I roll 2 for Death to the Force Emperor. That's more hits. And now I'm wounding on 3s. Okay, a couple of misses there. And these are all -1, so 4 ups. 3 go through. I ignore them on 6s. So only 2, taking it down to 4. He is now severely injured. Can he do all this again? So I do get all these dice again. Now hit on 3s. The second round of combats. Okay, a couple of more misses here. And again, 2 death to the False Emperor. Okay, 2 misses. Strength 6, again, 3s to wound. 5 wounds. Can he pass these? Let's see what happens. So, straight we go in. 4 up saves. I'll re-roll that one because that one's clearly cocked. He does miss it. Does he ignore it on a 6? No, he doesn't. Taking it down to 3, so he is still alive and he is able to attack again. So 5 attacks +1 for shock assault. I'm just going to quickly check. It's 5 attacks. Yep, it's 5 attacks. Okay, so hitting on 2s. Re-rolling. That's full house. Can he kill 3 more? Wounding on 3s. Every 3 is a dead berserker. Just about. That's 3 more berserkers dead. Wow, taking the total to 10 from Julian's only 3. Wow. And guess what? It's Nick's turn again. So he will be consolidating 3 inches forwards. Wow, let's see where this goes. Turn 3 for Nick and the Crimson Fists. See you back now. Okay, no moving from Nick. This is going to be awesome. 3 shots going into these guys, and then I think I'm going to sort the other unit. Depends what I do, but I do want to take a couple out, and then I'll charge the other one. So again, 3 shots coming in hot into the approaching unit in the back, hitting on 3s. That's another 2 shots. Nick's on fire. Basically, he's on fire. And wounding on 4s. Okay, 2 wounds go through. 3 ups. I'll re-roll this cocked one. That's 1 more dead berserker. Wow. That's 11 in total now. And now we go into the assault phase. He will be charging into them. So 5 unit shots coming in. That's 1 hit. No wounds. They do need 5s to wound his toughness in the Gravis armor. So I will be charging in. I'll just roll the dice just to make sure. And I will move this way. I will move just outside of an inch of the other unit. And again, I will go with my 6 attacks because I have charged again. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Okay. Wow, Nick's getting better by the minute. And now wounding on 3s. Oh, that would have been so cool to actually take them all out. He has managed to kill 3 more. So 1, 2, 3 more, taking it now to 14. Wow. Can he actually kill them all? Do I have to bring more berserkers in? Crazy. Okay, so now the 2 berserkers will actually attack back. So they do get hateful assault, taking them to 3 attacks each. Okay, 2 death to the False Emperor. Okay, and then I do need 3s. Yeah, I'm going blank. Sorry guys, too much thinking. Playing by myself here. Okay, so that's a lot of wounds. I do need 4s here. That's not a bad roll, and I do ignore them on 6s. No, that's only 1 now on Captain Nick left. They do attack again. So that's 6. I think I did something wrong before. I might be unsure. I just have to go back and check. But I think the second round of combat, they don't get the World Eater's trait extra dice. I don't know if I actually did that or not, but then again, I'm doing it right now. So sorry if I did the mistake before. So hitting again on 3s. That's a miss, but I do get 1 for Death to the False Emperor. And now wounding on 3s. Okay, 4 wounds, only 1 wound remaining on Nick. He needs to pass all of these. He does pass 3. Can he ignore it on a 6? Oh, that is Nick slain, but I think he actually has taken 14 down, 14 berserkers down. Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 berserkers out. Wow, Nick, you've done me proud. You've done the SM team proud. We'll be back for the next character. See you back now. Before we finish off, we do have to do a leadership on these two guys. He did actually manage to kill 3 down. They do have leadership 7, meaning they do have a 4, a 5, or 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, on a 5 or 6, they do roll, meaning they can get a couple of 6s more. No, couple of deaths more. Sorry, and that's just to confirm that it does stay on 14. So we'll catch you back now. So there we have it, 2 characters down. I'm very, very excited to see what happens, especially after Nick having so many kills in his turn in the battlefield. So next up we've got Primaris Librarian Cole. So DC is hitting the building now. So Librarian, so this will be very cool because there'll actually be a psychic phase now going on in the battlefield. So for his relic, I actually took the Armor Indominus. So basically he has a 2-up save, and whenever possible, once per turn in the fight phase, I believe it is, or at the beginning of the turn, he can take his armor save to 3-up, but that won't matter really, into a 3-up invulnerable save, but that actually won't matter because the chain axes on the berserkers are actually -1. So actually he will always have a 3-up save when he gets attacked by those berserkers. And then for the Warlord trait, I also gave him a Fear Made Manifest. So it's the same one, the -1 leadership to everybody around, which is really good again and handy to use. As he's a librarian, he does take 2 librarian psychic powers, and I have gone for Tectonic Purge, which is a really good one again against units that want to charge you. So if he casts it, and any unit that is within 12 inches and is going to charge gets a -2 to their charge. And then I've gone for Aspect of Stone, which basically gives him a +1 to the strength and characteristic of his profile. Both of these are from the Crimson Fist supplement, from the Imperial Fist supplement, so it's really cool to actually use. So that's about it. He's got his Warlord trait, he's got his relic. Let's see how DC does. And here we are, DC now deployed in this arena and ready for battle. Okay, so let's do this a bit quicker. So he will be moving. So we do know the rules by now. If you don't know the rules by now, well, I'm sorry, but I do have to do this a bit quicker. So he will move his 6 inches forward up towards this unit, and now we do have a psychic phase, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get on with that. So he will be smiting this unit first. So he does need a 5. And that's a pass. So D3 mortal wounds. That's 2. That's 2 berserkers dead straight away. Well done, DC. And now he will be doing Tectonic Purge, meaning that if any units do charge him in the next phase, or in the next World Eaters phase, they do get a -2 to the charge. So he does need a 6, I believe. Let me just check. Warp charge or value of 6. Yeah, so that's a pass. That's a 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a pass. So he has cast 2 powers, and both of them have gone 2. Sorry, both of them have gone through, and he has already killed 2. That's quite good. So into his shooting phase, he will be shooting his bolt pistol into these World Eaters here, into those berserkers, hopefully getting another kill, and already drawing with Primaris Ancient Julian. So hitting on 3s, that's a hit. Wounding on 4s, no wounds. And so we can go on to the charge phase. He does need a 7 now to charge. 3 Overwatch shots coming in hot from the World Eaters, no hits, and now can he go and roll a 7 on the charge? And that's 6, 7, 8, 9. DC is in combat on turn 1. This is awesome to see. We'll catch you back for the fight phase. Okay, here we go. Fight phase. 4 attack standard +1 for shock assault. Okay, so here we go. Hitting on 3s. That's not a bad roll at all. And now he doesn't have a user strength on his 4 sword, so wounding on 4s. That's 3 wounds already, -3 on these. 6s? No, that's the unit slain by Librarian DC. Wow, what an opening turn by DC. Will he consolidate, or shall I let him? I'll just let him turn around, making a cooler stance there. So a very good start from DC. We'll catch you back for the World Eater's turn 2 after their movement. See you back now. Okay, movement over for World Eaters. All 4 units have had to advance because no one was in charge range after a really impressive turn 1 by Librarian Cole. So basically they've advanced, they can't shoot, they can't charge. So on to turn 2 for Librarian Cole we go. Catch you back after movement. Okay, movement over for Primaris Librarian Cole. He has moved to 6 inches towards this unit, which is a bit of a change. And I didn't mention before, we had a couple of good advanced rolls. We got a 6 on them, we got a 5, and these 2 on these side got a double 3 on each of the thumbs. So quite a good advanced roll anyhow. But look, we have DC now moving away from these guys. I don't think they will be in charge phase next turn, so that means that he is in a good spot at the moment. So let's go straight on to again, let's go straight into the psychic phase. I will be smiting. Do I get cheeky and smite someone else? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so smiting that unit there, second closest unit to him, needing a 5. And that's it. That's more than a 5. D3. That's 2 berserkers dead. I'll take them from the back, as anybody else would do. So that's a total of 7 now for DC. Very impressive. Again, I do mention it a couple of times already, but it is. And then he will be doing Tectonic Purge as well. So if any units do charge him, they do get a -2 to the charge. So he does need a 6 here. And that's a fail. That he didn't want to fail that. That was quite important this turn, but can't complain. He did get a really good opening turn. So straight on to the shooting phase. He will be shooting his bolt pistol into the unit in front of him. That's a hit, and that's an extra shot from him, taking it to 2 shots. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. Can he take one out in the shooting? No, he can't. And now he will charge in. 5 shots coming in from Overwatch. No Overwatch shots coming in. He charges in. And there we go. We'll catch you back for the fight phase. See you now. Here we go. Can DC take a couple more World Bearers? Oh, World Bearers again. World Eaters out this turn. Would be cool to actually take a couple of them. At least 3 for the attacks back aren't that good. So, hitting on 3s, not the roll he wanted, and now wounding on 4s. That's only 1 wound. That I don't think is enough. He does get the Berserker does get a 6-up save because it is -3, and no, that means that another one is slain. Okay, so that's not bad. And now the World Eaters attack back, so I will prepare some dice because there's a lot of attacks coming in now, and we'll catch you back now. Okay, 3 attacks each with Hatred Assault. So this is the first time they attack, hitting on 3s. Okay, not bad. And 2 6s for Death to the False Emperor. Don't think I've missed any at the moment, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. And now they do wound on 3s. Okay, that's a lot of wounds already. Remember, he does have the armor Indomitus, so he does have a 2-up save, and -1, so he's back to a 3-up. Can he have a nice roll to go through? So he does go down to 3 wounds, and then all these attack again, so 3 attacks each. Let me just make sure I've got the right dice. 3, 3, 3, 3. Yep, that's the correct dice. Hitting on 3s. Take off the misses again. And 2 Death to the False Emperor. That's 1 more hit. And now I wound on 3s. Okay, so that's a lot of wounds. 3 wounds remaining, 3 up saves.
That's a very good roll. Only 1 wound taken down. Okay, so he's down to 2 now. And what happens now is they are down to leadership 6 because they have lost 1. But remember, we do have his warlord trait, which is Fear Made Manifest. So we'll subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of enemy models within 6 inches of this warlord. So on the roll of a 6, they do lose 1 more. Can it happen? No, that's a 3. Not bad, not bad. And on to the World Eaters, turn 2 we go. See you back now. And here we go, movement over for the World Eaters. Obviously they have stayed put. They don't want to move back and fall back out of combat because that's where they want to be. So these 2 units here have actually advanced. We did get a 5 and a 4 on these guys, and then this unit has just moved up and is now within 7 inches, a 7-inch charge to Librarian Cole. Okay, so let's go straight into the shooting phase. I do have 4 pistols here to shoot into. So hitting on 3s, all hits, and wounding on 4s. Just 1 wound. He does have a 2-up save. These don't have a minus, and that's a fail. That's a fail. That's the only thing you didn't want to roll, Mr. DC, but you did. Okay, so straight into the charge phase we can go. They do need a 7. Hopefully they do fail this. And it would have been really good to actually have that buffed psychic power when there was a -2, meaning they would have needed a 9. But let's see what happens. 7-inch charge, 4, 5, 6. That's a miss. That's a very good thing for DC. And now we go on to the fight phase again. Catch you back now. Okay, 2 attacks each. Coming in hot, hitting on 3s. Okay, 1 for Death to Force Emperor. That's another hit. And now wounding on 3s. Okay, this is the first round of combat, but I can actually hit back before they attack again. Wounding on -1 for the chain axes, so 3s. Can he pass them all? Shall we do them one at a time? No, first dice. That's DC slain. That's very sad to see. So DC, you did get a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which isn't bad for Librarian at all. On to the next character we go. See you back now. Next up, we've got Chris in the house. So Chaplain Shepard. He's actually been a beast for me. I've been taking him to a couple of events recently, and he's been like my man of the match in a lot of these games and fights. So I'm looking forward to actually see what he does. So he's equipped with a Power Fist and obviously with a Crucerius. And for his litany, I've actually given him Manta of Strength. So he's actually got 2 litanies now. He's got the Litany of Hate and the Mantra of Strength, which gives him +1 attack and +1 damage, I believe, to his weapons, I believe. Characteristic to the weapons this model is equipped, yes. So I got that right. He has a jump pack, as you can see. He is a normal chaplain, even though he's Brahmamatized, and that's why he's got the jump pack there. And then what I've done is I have given him another Crimson Fist warlord trait called Tenacious Opponent, which is a really cool one, and I think is going to do really, really well against these berserkers. So if he's outnumbered in combat, or if there's more than 5 models or more within 6 inches of him, he gets D3 extra attacks in the fight phase, which is really cool, especially when both his weapons, the Power Fist and the Crucerius, are really strong in combat. And to make matters even better, I have actually upgraded his Crucerius to have the relic Benediction of Fury. A lot of you used it. It's basically something that you ought to include if you're taking a chaplain and you know you're going to get him into combat. He does have a +2 strength now, an AP of -2, and a damage of 3, straight damage of 3, and inflicts a mortal wound on the target on the roll of a 6. It's a brilliant relic, which I'm really hoping it does really well there. So now we'll go straight onto the battlefield and I'll catch you back now. And here we go. Chaplain Shepard now deployed on the table and ready for battle. So first thing we have to do before we actually forget is do the litanies on him, obviously, and he will be going for the Mantra of Strength to get extra attacks there. Okay, so he does need a 3-up. he does pass. So his litany is succeeded. That's a very good start for Chris. And what Chris is actually going to do, what I'm going to do, is I'm actually going to move him towards this side. So 6 inches away from these guys. Do need to move a bit back. They should be a bit back further back. Why I'm doing this? Because I'm making good use of his jump pack, meaning that if I start killing these guys here, these guys will take a couple of turns to actually come towards me, which is a good thing. And he is a low wound model with his 4 wounds only. So let's see what actually happens. He can't throw a grenade because he's now currently 6 inches away from the enemy. So straight onto the charge phase we go. Let's do some Overwatch shots from the Berserkers. Hitting on 6s, that's 1 hit. And wounding on 4s, obviously. No wounds there. So charge, I do need a 6. And that's a fail. That's a fail, and that's a very bad start for Chris. Ouch, Chris. Sorry about that. We'll catch you back for the World Eater's turn coming up next. Movement over, and as you can see, the front Berserker squad just in front of Chaplain Shepard has just moved just an inch away from him, and then we had some really good advances. So we had a 6 advance on them, a 5 advance on them, a 6 advance on them, not looking good for Chris on this right flank, and then a 3-inch charge from these Berserkers on this side. Now we will be shooting a bit, so 5 shots coming in from this unit. All the rest have advanced, so won't be able to actually charge or shoot this turn. So 5 pistols coming into Chaplain Shepard. That's 4 hits, wounding on 4s. That's 3 wounds. Chris does have a 3-up save, and he passes them all, thankfully. And straight onto the charge phase. I will roll just because. So yeah, it's good that they were actually quite close. That's a 3, so they're in. I will do the Overwatch now because he does have grenades. Let me just do that. Yeah, and I will throw a crack grenade. And that's a miss anyway, and he doesn't reroll any. He hasn't got any reroll auras. So yes, a lot of attacks. That's 20 attacks from this unit, and that's only with the first wave of attacks. I do have 20 dice here, so I can actually start rolling them. I'll do a few at a time. So I'll roll these, and then I'll roll these. Okay, so that's a very good roll. Only 3 misses there. 2 death to the False Emperor. That's an extra one. And now these will be wounding on 3s. So a couple there. Ouch, Chris. This is going to really hurt. Let me just check. He does have a 3-up save just before I make any mistakes, and I'll catch you back now. Okay, so here we go. He does have a 3-up save, meaning he does have a 4-up only. His relic, again, like we mentioned at the start, was only for combat, and his warlord trait is also for combat, but he does have to survive this to actually start hitting back. So 4-ups, 4 wounds only on Shepard. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That sees Chaplain Shepard removed from play. I actually can't believe it because he's done so well in my games. No kills. Chris, Julian's beat you with his banner. Wow.
And now, not the last one, but nearly the last character of all the characters in this series. So we've got Apothecary Shaggy. So Apothecary Rodriguez is the proper name that we use in the fluff, but everybody knows Shaggy, and as you can see now on the screen, he looks really similar to him. So what I've done with him is I've actually given him another Crimson Fist warlord trait called Refuse to Die, which makes it really cool because he is an apothecary and he does actually make people not die. So I think it's a good warlord trait to actually give him. It's very fluffy, I believe. So what Refuse to Die does is when he loses his last wound on the roll of a 4-up, he gets up 1 inch away from the closest enemy, from the closest place where he was, and he can't be within 1 inch of an enemy unit, and he does get D3 wounds back. Remember that he can also get D3 wounds back on himself, which is really interesting to see. And for his relic, I've actually put digital weapons on him just to change things about. So an extra attack in combat, and in that, if that attack actually hits, it does a mortal wound. So that's really cool. Let's see how he does. Obviously, he's not someone that you want to have in combat, but he does have a couple of tricks. He does have a bit of resiliency. He's got a couple of guns as well. So let's see how Shaggy does.
Apothecary Shaggy in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and ready for battle. Again, let's see how this goes. Can Shaggy beat Chris's no kills and beat Julian's 3 kills? Let's see how this goes. Okay, so straight onto it we go. He will be moving towards this Berserker squad on this side, so he will be moving his 6 inches up, and then he will be shooting with his Absolver bolt pistol, which is 16-inch range pistol with a strength of 5 and a minus AP of 1. So he will be shooting into this squad here. So hitting on 3s, that's a hit. Is it a bolt weapon? It is a bolt weapon, so he does get an extra hit there. And now he is wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound, -1, so 4 up save on the Berserker. And that's 1 dead. Already beating Chris. Wow, wow, wow. Chris, if you're watching. Okay, so now shooting is over. I do need a 7-inch charge now to get into these guys. Some Overwatch coming in first on the Berserkers. 1 hit actually. Can he wound? He can wound. 3 up save. And that's a pass. Now I do need a 7 on him. Let's see if he can make this charge. Would be really cool to make this charge. Let's see how it goes. 4-8. He does make this charge. Chris, again, this is how you do it. This is an apothecary, by the way. He's not supposed to be in combat. He's already killed 1, and he's already in combat. We'll catch you back for the fight phase. Okay, here we go. 3 attacks, +1 for the shock assault. He does hit on 3s. Let me just check he hit on 3s. Yeah, he is hitting on 3s. So 1 miss there. No AP weapon or anything like that. No extra strength. He just uses his user strength, which is 4. So looking for 4s here. That's 2 wounds. Not bad. And that's another slain Berserker, taking the total of kills that he's done at the moment to 2. He does now have a digital weapon, which means he just has to hit, and he does do a mortal wound onto the unit. Hitting on 3s, he does. Let me just check that does that. When a model with this relic fights, it can make 1 additional attack using the close combat weapons profile. When resolving this attack, if a hit is scored, the target suffers 1 mortal wound and the attack sequence ends completely. So he has actually taken 3 Berserkers out in combat. Very well done, Shaggy. We'll catch you back now for the fight phase for the World Eaters hitting back. Okay, 3 attacks each, coming in hot into Shaggy, hitting on 3s. That's 2 misses, but they do get 1 Death of False Emperor, which is a miss again. And now wounding on 3s. That's all wounds. 3 up saves and Shaggy, taking it down to 4s. He does lose 2 already. Okay, so down to 3. And now they do attack again. So let's do that really quickly. Okay, so 1 Death to False Emperor. Okay, that's good. And only 2 wounds, that's good. That means that he does survive this round of combat for sure. Okay, so wounding on... No, these are saves, 4 ups. Both saves, well done, Shaggy. Cool, so that concludes the end of the fight phase. We do have to do some morale. They have lost 3, making that a 5 or a 6. They do run. A 6 would be awesome. That means that both of them would run away. And it's a 6. It's a 6. Meaning both of them do run away because they do have a leadership of 7. They have failed, killed 3, making their leadership 4. And yeah, 5, 6. Wow. Shaggy, you're doing really well, boy. See you back now. Okay, we're back. Movement over for the World Eaters, and rinse and repeat from before, or for the other character. They have all advanced, so they will be not shooting or charging this turn. So a quick turn from the World Eaters. I did get some good advances, so they actually advanced a 6, and the other 3 actually advanced a 3. So a 3, 3, and a 3 advance on them. So yeah, quick turn for the World Eaters. Back to Shaggy we go. See you back now. Okay, we're back. Movement over from Shaggy. He has moved his 6 inches towards this unit now, and he will try and regain some wounds. So D3 wounds regained back. That's only 1, but that's good. That's good. At least he regains 1 wound, taking it back to 4. Now, he is in range now to shoot his reductor pistol, which is a -3 and a damage of 2. Still strength 4, so I will go for that shot because I'm -3, so I think it's a better chance of killing him. So hitting on 3s, that's a hit. This is only a 3-inch pistol. So wounding on 4s, that's a wound, -3, so I do get a 6-up save. I do get it. That's a shame. I haven't killed one more there. So straight onto the charge we go. 5 shots coming in hot. Only 1 hit and a wound. Can Shaggy save this? He can. So charge phase. He's in. And let's see how this goes. Catch you back now. Okay, here we go. 4 attacks from Shaggy with Chalk Assault. I will do the digital weapon before. Doesn't matter. I don't think it matters if it does it before then. But before I forget, let's just do that. So hitting on 3s. No, he actually fails to hit. So no mortal wounds on him. And now 3 attacks hitting on 3s. Shaggy, you failed 3. You don't want to be failed in this against a full 5-man unit of Berserkers. And you failed to wound as well. So now we count a lot of attacks. They do have 3 attacks each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's see how this goes. Hitting on 3s. A couple of misses here and there. Okay, and 2 death to the Force Emperor. And now these wound on 3s. Okay. And -1, so that's 3 wounds down, taking Shaggy to 1 wound remaining only. They do still have to attack back. That means that all these attacks are coming in again, and only 1 wound remaining. It's looking a bit grim for Shaggy. Let's see how this goes. 2 death to the Force Emperor. Okay. And then wounding on 3s again. Oh dear, Shaggy. This is a lot of wounds. Can he actually pass the ball? Let's see how this goes. 4-up saves. And that's the 2. That's him slain. But let's not forget of his Wall of Trait. Refuse to die. One of the Crimson Fist one. So can he actually come back up on a 4-up? So it's a little Gilliman type of Wall of Trait. Can Shaggy come up? No, that's a 3. Shagly. Shagly, he can't come up, meaning he has taken out a total of 5, which isn't bad for Shaggy, especially as he's an apothecary, shouldn't be in combat. He does pass Julian's 3, and obviously he does pass Chris's no kills. So on to the last character we go. See you back now.
And there we go now. Last character to go into the battlefield is none other than Captain Pardo. So you've seen this character before in many of our battle reports, and again, it's someone that I take to every event I try and go to. So again, Primaritized Captain, obviously he is a normal captain anyway. We are using the same stats as a normal captain because he does have a jump pack. So jump pack, fist and storm shield, and I have changed his normal fist to what's the name of it called? Vengeance, Fist of Vengeance, I believe it is. So it's again one of the Crimson Fist ones. He doesn't get a -1 to hit on the fist, so he's always hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and it is a flat damage of 3, -3 flat damage of 3. Obviously, the damage of 3 won't really do much this because all berserkers are 1 wound, but it's a cool relic to have, and I always take him this way. And then as for his warlord trait, I have given him the Imperium sword, which gives him and allows him to re-roll any of the dice in the charge phase, and when he charges he gets an extra attack and a +1 to his strength, meaning that when he charges you will get 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and with a strength characteristic of 10. So he is a beast. Let's see how he performs. Catch you back now.
Here we go, last but by no means least, Captain Pardo arrives on the battlefield ready for battle. Okay, so let's get straight to it. Let's do the movement. I will actually change things up. I will be moving towards this unit on this side, so he will be using his jump pack and moving a total of 12. So that's him there. And then he is now within 4 inches only of that unit, so I will actually use a grenade. So crack grenade coming in from him. That's a hit. That's not a wound. So straight onto the charge phase we go. So that's what Smash Captains do, right? So 5 shots coming in from the Overwatch. No hits. And can Pardo go in? I do need a 4, and I can actually re-roll for the Imperium sword. I do go in straight away anyway, so that's it. That's him in. We'll catch you back for the fight phase. Okay, here we go. 4 attacks from a standard captain, because again, we've mentioned it already, even though he's primaritized and model, he still is a normal captain. That's why he's taking a jump back. So 4 attacks, +1 for shock assault, +1 for the Imperium sword there. Obviously using the relic fist, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. And now strength 10, because I do get a +1 strength from charging with Imperium sword warlord trait. So wounding on 2s. Guess what, guys? That's a dead unit. 5 kills straight away for Captain Pardo. Wow, we'll catch you back for the World Eaters turn 1 coming up next. Okay guys, so here we go. I wasn't thinking straight before, and the Power Fist, the Relic Power Fist, is actually still -3, meaning the Berserkers do get a 6-up save at least. So here we go. No, and that now confirms that the 5 Berserkers are killed, meaning that Pardo does get 5 kills this turn. And here we are back after the movement phase for the World Eaters, and again, like before and the turn before that and the character before that, all units have advanced. So we have a 9-inch move from them, 9-inch move from them, 10-inch move from them, and only an 8-inch move from them. No, actually it's the other way around, 8-inch move from there, and then these guys have moved actually 10 inches in total. So yeah, that's the end of the movement phase. Obviously they can't shoot, they can't charge, so on to turn 2 for Captain Pardo we go. See you back now. Movement over, quick movement. I have decided to actually go and stalk my prey towards the closest target. So I've just moved 7 inches and moved towards this unit here. I will throw a frag grenade. So let's see how many shots. 5 shots. 3, 4, 5. Hitting on 2s, yes sir. And now I wound, I believe it's strength 3, so I'm wounding on 5s. That's only 1 wound. No minus on these. 3-up save. And that's a pass. Okay, now straight onto the assault phase. I do have 5 shots from the Berserkers coming in with the bolt pistols. Okay, so no hits there, straight into the charge. And yeah, he makes the charge. I'm actually going to move on to this side. I can't actually use my jump pack in the fight in the charge phase. So yeah, I'll just stay where he is there. And I'll catch you back now for the fight phase. Here we go. 6 attacks again. Coming in hot. 2s, re-rolling 1s. Okay, so 1 miss there. All hits. And now 2s to wounds. Wow, all wounds again. Can he actually, can I actually pass any? I don't actually want to roll this because I do want Captain Pardo obviously to survive as much as possible. So 6s. No, that's another unit fully removed from play. That's 10. That's 10, guys. Nick did get 14. I do need to kill 4 more. Can it be done? We will see, because these guys are definitely in charge range next turn. We'll see what happens next. Okay, movement over for the World Eaters. As you can see, they have moved up towards these crates where Pardo lies just behind it. These guys have just moved their full of 6 inches. These guys have moved their 6 inches. And these guys have advanced for a total of 10. So they did get a 4-inch advance on their dice roll. Now, the cool thing is that, not very cool for me, but for you guys at home, they just need a 3-inch charge to get into Captain Pardo. These do need a 10 and 11-inch charge, sorry. But we do have some ball pistol in range. All of the ball pistols are in range and line of sight, except for this guy here at the end. So that's 9 shots coming in hot. Hitting on 3s. That's misses. That's what I like to see. Now wounding on 4s. There you go. Okay, so 3 go through. I do have a 3-up save. And I do fail 1, taking me down to 4 wounds remaining on him. Now, we can go straight into the charge phase. I will actually try and fire a frag grenade. So 2 shots, looking for 6s, no hits there. And let's go into charge phase. So this unit first needing a 3-inch charge. They make it in. This is trouble for Captain Pardo. So they've made it in. I can just move them in there. So 2, and these guys will definitely be in. Okay. And now, actually, I will shuffle them this way because they did get a 9-inch, 8-inch, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8-inch. I will leave this gap there for these guys to come through. So an 11 of them. Ooh, I got scared there. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a failed charge, but still 5 berserkers have got in there, and that's going to be a hard-hitting hit for Captain Pardo. We'll count up some dice and we'll catch you back for the fight phase. Okay, here we go. 4 wounds remaining on Captain Pardo. 10 kills up to now. He does need a total of 4 more to actually draw with Captain Nick. So let's see how this finishes off. Okay, hitting on 3s. These are the first round of attacks. 20 attacks. Couple of misses here. That's not actually a bad start. He does get 3 Death to the False Emperor. They do get 3 Death to the False Emperor. And now these are wounding on 3s. These 2 dice. And that's a lot of wounds. Now, I do have a Storm Shield, meaning that the -1 doesn't really affect me. I still do get a 3-up save. So let's see if I can actually do this quite well. So I can't fail more than 4. But I actually do. That's 4, 5, 6 wounds. And that was only the first attacks coming in. Pardo dies. 10 taken down with him. Congratulations, Captain Nick. We'll catch you back for the end of game conclusion. See you back now.
So there we have it, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it, even though I've been playing by myself. But it's something that I had in my head. I think it's been a very good idea, and it actually has worked very, very well. And I have enjoyed it. And I hope you guys at home, especially those of you who are isolated, have enjoyed it very, very much. So we've got the podium here. In first place, we have Nick, Captain Nick. Second place, we have Smash Captain Pardo. And in third place, we have Librarian DC, so Tiberian Coal there. So guys, if you want more content and want to support SN, please head now to snbarrypots.com. As you can see, that's our website. We have over 100 Barry pots, both in video style and classic style, White Dwarf style, so picture based and very, very narrative as well. We also have a Patreon. If you want to support us on Patreon, just go and check it out. We have links to our Discord there as well. So guys, hope you enjoyed it. Stay home, stay safe, and we'll catch you back in the next one.